Today on Squally Heifer Adventures, we're going to change out some jib sheets, carbon monoxide alarm, do a little bit of chores, some mainsail cover repairs, and then head on out to the lake to get some sailing done. This first clip right here is actually showing the old jib sheet that I've been using since I bought this boat. It's an old halyard. I don't know what they were doing here when they put this halyard on. And it has this huge knot that they tied up there to the jib sheet up here. I've never really liked it. I don't like the way it sits. It's flaky. It's just an old line. But anyway, what I did is I bought two brand new 3/8 inch New England sails, right, 12 strand double braid. So I really do like splicing rope. It's a lot nicer, cleaner, easier way of assembling everything without knots. I do need to put some videos out here how to do all of this. This is my first attempt at really trying to record how all this works from overhead. It's basically what you do is you just pull out the end of the line and you put the line and the cover into the core and the core into the cover, and then what you do is you pull it all down on itself and it leaves you a nice loop. This one's a little bit rougher because my tools actually max about 6 inches for a loop. I wanted to get a little bit longer of a loop, but yeah, the way I'm set up right now, about a 6-inch loop is the maximum that I can pull, which worked out really good for this position. So there it is. I put it all together, got it all smoothed out, and I had my splice. So you always finish it up. Go ahead and whip it. I always whip all my ends, make sure that it won't pull out from itself. All right, so I got 6-inch loops on my splices. I went ahead and whipped them up, whipped the ends, made them all nice and pretty. I used red and green to match what I had going on here. And so I'll have green for starboard and red for port. And let's go ahead and change out that big jib sheet, which, believe it or not, is an old halyard. Okay, so here's what we got. I got that 6-inch splice. I did a 6-inch splice on each side, which is just perfect. So that way it was able to wrap around on itself. Still have enough room. Put a nice little cow hitch on each one. I've got them so that way it's pulling in the same direction that it needs to be pulled in. So as you can tell, my starboard pulls to the starboard and my port pulls to the port. And if one were to break, I still have the other one. And I don't have a big knot sitting right here on the outside. So, I love it. Okay guys, so what we're going to do, been having a parasitic battery draw, and I think that this carbon monoxide alarm is part of the problem with it, and it just keeps going, and it will not let the battery charge too much because I think it draws it down all the way throughout the night. So what I've done is I have actually purchased, it's a new kitty. This one's even better because it's batteries. I can change the batteries out as necessary. Takes 3 AA's. They're already in there, so I can just change those out every season. It's supposed to have a 10-year battery life on it. I mean, not a 10-year battery life, but a 10-year end of life. So, yeah, I think what we're going to do is use this as a carbon monoxide detector instead of this one that runs off the house battery and just drains it because it's always monitoring 24/7. And this one here also says it's only a 5-year, have to replace it in 5 years. So replace it 60 months. Well, let's just go ahead and pull it out, and then we'll get the new one on there. I love it because it's gonna match perfectly. And then what we'll do is we'll have a battery with not having to worry about the parasitic draw. Okay, so we just figured it out. So this was 60 months after retail sale, and it said 6/30/2022. But after we got it apart, it was actually purchased on June of 17. So the replacement date was supposed to be basically 2.5 years ago is when this thing was supposed to be replaced. So got it out. We're going to pull all the wires out now, and then we'll worry about getting that battery one in here. Alright, got it all out. All the way back to the battery, so we didn't even leave all that wire in there. Awesome. One less thing we're going to have to worry about. Wow. Could not have gotten any better. The actual new bracket fits in the old holes of the old one. So I was able to reuse the screws in the old holes. Get that one on there. It sits a little low. Doesn't sit perfectly center, being that we use those old holes, but hey, perfect. Now I actually have another carbon monoxide detector in the boat. Small cabin, probably don't even need it, but better to be safe than sorry. And it's battery operated, so no wires running all the way back, and drawing off the house battery. No power coming off that house battery. Even better. Well, I need a new cover for my mainsail. Mine, it is really worn out. I've been wanting a new one, but I can't afford it. And I don't have all of the dimensions to take this one off. I've already done a few patches on it. Where was it at? I've already done a few patches here. Here's another one. This one ripped on me way earlier. Really horrible stitching. Horrible. I was in such a hurry to get this thing together. But I wrapped it up really good there. So anyway, yeah, I came all the way back and then came back down on itself. That's what made it look ugly there. But underneath that, it's nice and straight. So what I'm going to do right now is that, and I need a new little, look at this thing, more rope. It needs to get redone. I'll get that redone. But for right now, the part that touches the mast up here is ripped. So we're going to sew this back together as the next project, so that way we can at least maintain the mainsail here. I'm going to have to hand sew this because all I got is some whipping twine and a hand needle. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and hand sew this up. No, I don't even have a stitch and all. Anyway, this will work. Alright, just got finished sewing that up. It's not the prettiest, but it is sealed up all the way. No more holes. I didn't even lock stitch it because I just hand sewed it back up. I came down, I came up, I came down, locked it. I came down, I came up, I locked it. That's all I did. So anyway, it'll hold for now until I can get some more money and save up for a mainsail cover. Well, now you can't come down to the boat, do all these chores, and not take it on out for some sailing. So, yeah, after all of those little chores, it was time to take the boat out and have some fun. But the video's getting a little long, so we'll save that for another time. And as always, if you've made it this far, like, subscribe, and we'll see you out on the water for more adventures to come.